The neo-pagan religion of Wicca is a pop culture gem for laughs or scares.
Wiccan, male witch.
Right. Oh.
So I also have a magical name.
Most often, Wiccans are known for their belief and practice of witchcraft, though it is not essential to the religion. What many don't realize is how peaceful this subculture is. Wiccans have a deep respect for nature and earth. In most cases, they don't believe in the devil. Wiccans worship the goddess or triple goddess and her consort, the Horned One. The triple goddess, a true example of female empowerment, is represented by 2 outward pointed crescent moons and 1 full moon in the middle. The first crescent represents maidenhood, the full moon symbolizes motherhood, and the final crescent is for the crone. As of 2001, there were an estimated 307,000 adults practicing Wicca in America, with numbers on the rise. Becoming a Wiccan, just as in any religion, requires the study of the practice. After a prospective candidate has finished their research and come to the decision to join, they must participate in a dedication ritual. The ritual is designed by the candidate to show their commitment to the goddess and the god and requires no witnesses.
You set yourself on a new pathway of spirituality and have called upon all of your specific guides. These 2 shall be your mainstay, your connection with that spirituality. And as a symbol of rebirth, you take upon yourself a magical name. Present yourself now, Amethyst Waterstorm, to your god and goddess.
At this point, the new member goes about finding a coven, like a church, where members study the craft. The coven can have as many members as they see fit, but are governed by the covenant, a document of bylaws written by the individual coven. The group is usually led by a high priestess or priest, but not always. Wicca as a whole is not very well organized, nor do they want to be. They are not looking to increase membership, and in this, they are a very "And ye harm none, do what ye will" is from the final line of the Wiccan Rede. The Rede is a poem that spells out what is expected of Wiccans. The expectation is ye harm none, do what ye will, the golden rule of Wicca, just like do unto others as you would have others do unto you.
Today, in England, witchcraft and its more modern incarnation, Wicca, are pagan religions. Wiccans worship the gods and spirits of nature. In return for their faith, the spirits grant them the power of magic. It was this power that first drew Gailey's Cod to Wicca. Now, she's studying to become a full-fledged witch.
I like the name witch, and I suppose in a way I'd like to reclaim it as being a good word and standing for all the things that I believe in.
She has her husband's complete support, though he has no interest in witchcraft himself. She knows others will not be so accepting.
I'm very careful about who I tell. I'm very careful about who sees my pentacle. There it is. That sits by me, and I have a great belief that it should be next to my body as opposed to on show. So there's a lot of prejudice still.
Once a month, Gailey's meets with her coven, a group of like-minded witches who bolster one another in their faith. They call themselves the Raven and the Rose.
Hello, Gailey.
When witches gather in a circle, they believe they can weave stronger magic.
It's a procreation festival.
Tonight will be Gailey's first time participating in a secret ritual.
Red sandalwood for passion.
It's April 30th. Tomorrow, witches all over England celebrate what they call the first day of summer, Beltane. As High Priestess of the Raven and the Rose, Jeanette Ellis will lead her coven's Beltane ritual.
We're cooking up an incense for Beltane. Making an incense is a spell. The different ingredients that go into it, like making a cake, you blend them all together and they all have specific jobs within the cake, or the incense in this case, and we'll burn that tonight.
On Beltane, the coven will thank the gods for the earth's renewed fertility. For witches, only Halloween, All Hallows Eve, is more sacred.
We take the energy of the goddess and god, of earth and air and fire and water, the energies of the universe I place within.
Weave your web of dark and light, earth, air, fire and water, bind us all as one.
Let nothing impure enter herein.
Let no one be present unless they come with an open heart.
Their ritual shows appreciation for the return of summer and renewal. Homage paid, the witches can ask for their gifts from the gods.
Wisdom!
Luck!
Then, as with holy day celebrations everywhere, it's time for the party to begin. For most in England, Beltane is known as May Day, an ancient feast still celebrated widely. Despite the fears their faith still sparks, witches figure in May Day festivals across England. The Raven and the Rose coven seizes the opportunity to march proudly through the streets. Their public walk shows that prejudice is beginning to wane, and reminds onlookers that the celebration of the earth, the sky, and the seasons is humankind's oldest faith.
There are a few notable traditions among the Wiccans, such as Samhain, which is Halloween, and the Beltane festival in the spring that celebrates fertility. Both of these holidays were celebrated by the pagans. Normally, when you picture Wiccans, you think of a typical Halloween witch. While this could be accepted in wardrobe, the only requirement is that pain was not inflicted during the manufacturing. However, many choose to wear more eclectic gypsy-like clothes such as tunics or capes. During rituals or coven meetings, ritual robes are typically worn. They will usually have a hood and some form of embellishment. What is not typical of the Wiccans is their belief in magic, something that most give up at a young age. But is believing in magic any different than the way Christians believe in the power of Christ or other holy miracles? While the Wiccans are not typical and most certainly violate these norms, they make you think about the norms that our society accepts that makes just about as much sense as Wicca.
Slides on my stereo, Sean